Have you ever felt like you're just drowning in information, especially, when you're trying to keep up with tech that's changing so fast?
Oh, definitely. It's a constant challenge.
Right. It feels like there's so much noise. And finding those really crucial insights, those aha moments, well, it can feel like looking for a needle in a digital haystack.
Mm-hmm.
So for you, we're going to try and cut through some of that noise today.
Okay.
We're taking a deep dive into the fascinating world of SAP Business Technology Platform, or SAP BTP as most people call it.
Right. BTP.
And for our map today, we're using something a bit different. Insights we've pulled from practice questions for the CBC BTP 2502 certification exam.
Interesting source material.
Yeah, so our mission for you, the listener, isn't just about knowing what BTP is kind of on the surface. We want you to really grasp its core pillars, its strategic benefits, and crucially, how it's enabling what SAP calls the intelligent enterprise. Think of this as your shortcut, maybe, to understanding what really makes BTP tick. And hopefully we'll uncover some surprising facts along the way.
Absolutely. And just for context on those sources, the exam itself, it's web-based, 60 minutes, 30 multiple choice questions. But like you said, our focus today isn't the test itself.
No, not at all.
It's about distilling that essential knowledge, what SAP thinks is fundamental for anyone working with this platform. It's really about the understanding.
Exactly. Okay, so let's unpack this, starting right at the foundation. Looking at our sources, it pretty quickly reveals what SAP sees as the critical building blocks of BTP. What are those initial fundamental pillars that jump out?
Well, what's really interesting is how these questions, our sources, they really lay out the fundamentals. They show BTP's structured approach to solving complex business problems. It's not just a random collection of services.
No, it feels very architectural.
It is. It's a carefully designed architecture.
So one of the first big ones that seems foundational is the integration suite. From what we're seeing, this is all about connecting things, right? Smooth connectivity between different systems.
That's exactly it. We're talking about connecting everything, SAP systems, non-SAP systems, old ones, new ones.
Cloud, on-premise, the works.
The works. Its core job is enabling these seamless workflows across all those different applications. Think about automating processes that span multiple departments or systems.
Okay, so it's like the universal translator for business processes.
Kind of, yeah. Or maybe the essential glue holding it all together. Before, maybe finance spoke one language, HR another. The integration suite gets them talking coherently. It's absolutely key for streamlining operations.
Makes sense. So once you've got things connected, the next big challenge seems to be customization, right? How do you add new features or processes without messing up your standard SAP system? That sounds like where the extension suite comes in?
Precisely. The extension suite is crucial here. It's built on cloud-native principles, which means developers can use modern tools, microservices, all that good stuff.
So innovating faster.
Exactly. Building and deploying custom apps or extensions alongside the standard solutions. And the key part, the really important detail, is doing it without modifying the core system.
Ah, the side-by-side extensions approach.
That's the one. It means you keep your core system clean, stable. Upgrades become much, much easier. You preserve that system integrity.
Keeping the core clean, you hear that phrase a lot. But what's the biggest, maybe practical challenge for companies trying to actually do that with BTP? Are there common pitfalls people should watch out for?
That's a really good question. Because the concept is powerful, but making it happen can be tricky. Often, the biggest hurdle is just mindset.
Legacy thinking.
Yeah, exactly. Teams might be used to digging deep into the core system for customizations. Moving to side-by-side needs a new way of thinking, different development practices, governance.
So it requires discipline.
Strong architectural discipline, yes.
Yeah.
And, investing in the right skills for cloud-native development. A common pitfall is underestimating that.
Yeah.
But honestly, when you get it right, the long-term benefits, agility, cost savings, they're just enormous.
I can see that shift takes effort. Okay, moving on. Another pillar that stands out is analytics and planning. This isn't just about making charts look nice, is it?
Oh, far from it. This pillar is about advanced analytics, real business intelligence, comprehensive planning capabilities. It's designed to help organizations not just report on the past.
Right, looking backwards.
But to really analyze current data deeply, understand complex patterns, and actually forecast future trends. It's about moving beyond historical reporting.
So more predictive, like giving the business, what, X-ray vision and a crystal ball?
That's a good way to put it. Yeah, enabling more proactive, more precise decisions. You can link sales forecasts to production planning directly, or maybe connect customer sentiment analysis to your marketing spend. It enables these really powerful, data-driven feedback loops.
Okay. And underpinning all of this, you need solid data management. What are some of the key data challenges businesses face today that this pillar tackles?
Well, data today it's everywhere. It's growing exponentially. It's often stuck in silos. And then you have all the regulations around compliance.
GDPR, things like that.
Exactly. So the data management pillar in BTP focuses on secure storage, yes, but also governance and overall management of that critical business data. It aims to provide a unified, secure, compliant environment.
Ensuring data is actually available and trustworthy.
Precisely. You really can't overstate its importance. It's the bedrock. Everything else, all the intelligence services, they rely on having that solid data foundation.
Okay, so we've laid out the technical pieces, the architecture. But for me, the real aha moment is always about what this does for a business. How do these pillars actually help a company become an intelligent enterprise, as SAP called it?
Right, that's the key connection, isn't it? This is where BTP moves from being just tech to being a strategic enabler. It supports that intelligent enterprise vision by, well, orchestrating things.
Orchestrating.
Yeah, it doesn't just deliver real-time analytics. It uses intelligent services, think embedded AI, machine learning, to actually analyze that data, to automate complex processes, even predict outcomes.
So it shifts the focus.
Fundamentally, it shifts companies from being reactive, looking at what happened, to being proactive, anticipating market shifts, optimizing operations in real time, maybe personalizing customer experiences on the fly.
And you mentioned intelligent services. This isn't just abstract. DTP includes specific tools for this. Can you give us an example from our sources, one of these services in action?
Absolutely. A really interesting one highlighted in the material is blockchain technology.
Blockchain. Okay, how does that fit in?
Well, its contribution here goes beyond just secure data. It provides these immutable, transparent, decentralized ledger capabilities right within BTP.
So for things like supply chains.
Exactly. Think about tracking goods verifiably from origin to consumer, ensuring authenticity, tracking compliance data, maybe even transparent carbon footprint reporting across a product's life. It's about building trust and efficiency in these complex business networks.
That makes sense. Now, when you talk about all these capabilities, blockchain, AI, the big question from the business side, from stakeholders, is always going to be, okay, but what's the value? How do you position BTP effectively to them?
That's critical, and our sources really emphasize this point. When talking to business stakeholders, the key message has to focus on the measurable business benefits, the tangible value.
So less tech talk, more results talk.
Precisely. You talk about concrete improvements, better agility to react to the market, fostering real innovation because developers have the right tools, and delivering clear, quantifiable cost savings through automation and optimization.
Things that hit the bottom line.
Exactly. Those are the aspects that resonate most powerfully with decision makers. They directly impact strategic goals and growth.
And speaking of decision makers, who specifically needs to understand the return on investment, the ROI, of adopting BTP the most? Because presumably not everyone needs the same level of financial detail, right?
That's spot on. While lots of people need to understand parts of it, our source material points towards business executive C-level leaders, primarily as the ones who benefit most from really grasping the ROI.
Why them specifically?
Because they're the ones making the big strategic calls, right? Decisions about major technology investments, overall business priorities. Their role is guiding the company's direction. So for them, understanding BTP's potential impact on the entire enterprise is absolutely crucial.
So here's a final thought for you to consider. In a world that's just getting more integrated, more data-driven, where the lines between IT and business strategy are really blurring.
They really are.
How might a deep understanding of a platform like SAP BTP, one that so clearly bridges the technical infrastructure with strategic business value, how might that understanding become your most valuable asset, regardless of your specific role?
Something to definitely mull over until our next deep dive.